What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Music with Mando in the Morning, the podcast where we interview local artists about their upcoming events and projects, previous events and projects, and pretty much just anything they're working on in general. Today, I got the homie Myles Saucedo coming through. Say what's good, man.
What's up, man? It's nice to be here.
We in April now. Shit, about to go into May pretty soon. Like, how's your 2024 been going so far, man?
It's been a little bit slow, on like the slower end in the beginning. But now I got some shows coming up. Like I got a show today, and then I got a show tomorrow too for 420. That should be cool.
As far as like stuff on, not necessarily the show side, like what you've been doing like production wise and shit.
Dude, I got this EP that I've been working on with Mozart. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
Nah, let me know a little bit about him.
Yeah, but he's this producer. He's located in Eugene. Fuck, dude, amazing producer.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I can't really find anyone that can make my sound like how he makes it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we've been working on some songs, dude, like some crazy songs.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the beginning of my like music career, I kind of like wanted to do rap and shit, but now this is like more singing. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so it's cool.
But did he influence that shift, or like is that something you just wanted to do naturally? Like how'd you get to where you want to do more singing over rapping?
He made it possible, basically. That's music I've always wanted to make, but I was never able to get the like right production to make it to where I felt comfortable like putting it out, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because if like I don't feel like it's like good enough to put out, I'm not gonna put it out.
So like how long you been working with him?
Probably this last year.
Okay.
We started linking up, and we have about like 7 songs that we have right now that are like solid as fuck, like really solid.
Sounds like you've been making some moves for sure, but what are your goals for the rest of the year?
Just finishing up this project, like getting all the beats, like all the leases for those so I can put it out and not get in no trouble or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely get you.
Yeah, but once I figure that shit out, I'm trying to drop this EP and push it like hard. Because these songs that are on there, I feel are good enough to compete with the songs that are coming out right now.
Sure. So how long you been making music for?
Shit, it's been about 6 years, but like fully taking it serious, it's probably been about like the past 2-3 years.
So what happened about 2 or 3 years ago where you like decided like I'm taking this shit serious?
Basically, like I dropped out of school because like I couldn't get up with like grades and shit. Like, fuck this. So I dropped out of school. So I was like, sports aren't really a thing I could do now. So what's something I could do? And it was music, and music has always been there for me, even though I didn't really realize it. So once I got back into music, I was learning so much shit that I already basically knew but didn't know who it was or what it was.
Yeah. Was there ever like a turning point where you were like, you know, music is like the shit for me, you know what I mean? Like I know you kind of just mentioned it, but like was there a point where you're like, nah, I'm like really doing this shit, you know?
Oh dude, yeah. So I was doing a show for the homie Karan.
Okay.
So I was doing a show, and it was like a in-house show, and it was like my first time doing like an in-house show instead of like at like a bar or something like that.
Yeah.
So like I end up showing up, and there was a good amount of people, so I was like instantly fucking nervous. So I was like, fuck. I was like, okay. I was like, let's do this. And then I end up doing like this new song, and I played it in the beginning, and it looked like the crowd fucked with it. And one of my songs ended up not loading, so I had like more space, but I didn't have the song to do it. So I did the song over again, and the crowd started singing the song back to me like crazy loud, and I was like, holy shit. I'm like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm like, the adrenaline it gives me, it's crazy. It's unlike anything else.
How long ago was that?
That was last year, probably about December. That show was
definitely dope. So like since then, like, have you seen maybe, like, recurring people at your shows or, like, just overall, like, kind of, like, fan base and people fucking with your shit more?
I get people that come up to me every time, and they say that they've seen me before, and that every single time they see me, I gradually get better, so that's always good to hear.
Yeah.
And the reoccurring thing is my stage presence. Say my stage presence is always good. And that's like literally all I try to work on, like over anything, is like making it feel like it's an actual show and not just something they're going to, you know?
Yeah. Where do you get your stage presence from? Like, I know, like you said, like, you want people to feel like it's an actual show, but, like, there's a lot of people who come and, like, do their thing, you know, but, like, don't have that presence. So, like,
right.
where do you bring that presence from?
I honestly learned a lot from watching like my favorite rapper, Logic.
Okay.
He is probably one of the best crowd controlling artists I've ever seen. And I study a lot of artists. Like he'll like use his hand and have people scream by lifting it and then have everybody be quiet by putting it down. Like it's an orchestra.
Yeah.
Controlling that crowd, making that something that you're going to like remember. You know what I'm saying? So watching him show me like how that you can actually have control of the crowd and make the fans feel like every one of them feel like they're included in the show. They're going to remember that. Because that's something that I remembered from that show. I was like, damn. I felt like I was literally with Logic doing that shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get a lot from him. And then Machine Gun Kelly. I watch him do his shows and just the little things that he does. He'll flip his microphone in his hand and catch it. And then go back to his like work, like what he's singing. And those little things are like things that I see. I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool.
That kind of brings me to like the big question, man. The one that I ask everybody. You know, like, what's your why, bro? Like, why do you make music? Like, what do you hope to get by putting your music out into the world?
Ultimately, I hope to do what my favorite artist did to me, and that was speak the words that I wasn't able to express, but they were able to write it. You know what I mean? So, like, me being a kid, like, going through shit and listening to a song, and they're saying exactly what I'm going through, and them explaining that they didn't decide to go the wrong way, they wanted to go the right way. That showed me to follow into those footsteps, not wanting to go into the bad path, just stick on the right path. You know, and it's helped me all throughout my life because like everybody, like you'd be surprised how much beef could be going on in the music scene, especially in Eugene and shit. It's surprising, but like everyone seems to be cool with me because I'm respectful always, you know.
Have you had any moments yet where like you've had people who've been like really resonating with your music and they're like, you know, like I really felt like what you were spitting, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, dude. Like I've had a guy that actually like he doesn't know me at all, and it was like one of my first shows, and he came up to me and he's like, dude, you sounded like Logic. It blew my fucking mind. I was like, dude, you don't understand how much that means to me. Like just to be even compared in the same category as the person that I look up to, that was something I was just like, oh shit. Like, that's pretty cool.
All right, y'all. Before we move on, we got to do what is arguably one of the most important parts of the podcast. We got to say our thank yous.
Yes,
so, first of all, I got to give a shout out to the homie Myles for coming through.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Can't have a podcast without your guests, so I appreciate it, dog.
Yeah, I can't be an artist and promote myself without the people doing the podcast.
Second, shout out to the University of Oregon School of Journalism and Communication. Without them, we wouldn't have the room, we wouldn't have the equipment, and essentially y'all wouldn't have a podcast to watch or listen to. Third, shout out to the homies from Dirt Squad. As always, tap in with them if you need any beats, recording, all the above. Those are the homies. If you are an artist and you need beats, be sure to use my code Delta Squad, all caps, for 20% off on Dirt Squad's BeatStars. Finally, I got to give a shout out to the homies from the last podcast episode, Quarter K and D-Town Ice. They came through, killed that shit.
Yes, sir.
And I wish them the best until I see them next. Moving on. You already talked about it a little bit, but what kind of shows and events you got coming up, man?
All right, so this show today I got is a mix between Portland artists and Eugene artists. So we're like kind of getting both areas of Oregon, trying to put them in together to try to make a show. So that should be cool. Hopefully there's a good amount of people that'll show up. Yeah, but that's I think Big City Gaming or something like that. Yeah, so I've never performed there, so it'll be my first time.
That's dope.
Yeah, and then I got a show on 420, so if trying to blaze up, show up to that shit. that shit should be loud. My homie Chief Gray, he got an opportunity to open up for the Wailers. Like, you know Bob Marley and the Wailers?
Like those Wailers?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're going to be at Wow Hall, and I'm going to do a couple songs with them, so I'll be performing in that shit.
Out of those shows, is there one in particular that you're like super excited for, like over the others?
Yeah, man, the Wailers,
Of
dude.
course.
Like, if I get a chance to like talk to him, dude, I could ask him so much shit about like Bob Marley and like ask me like what's his favorite strain, even though probably back then there wasn't strains and shit. It was just weed, you know. But just like that's history right there. That's just a little like part of history that I get to witness, I guess, or ask things, because they probably know things that the whole world probably don't know about Bob Marley.
Yeah, yeah. And that's legendary, dude, just to say you even met the Wailers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let
dude.
alone open up for them. Like, that's crazy,
Yeah,
bro.
dude, that's on the catalog.
Mhm.
It's dope as hell.
At the upcoming shows or anything, you going to be unveiling any new music, or are you doing some old shit? What you doing?
Dude, I'm like doing mostly new music. I'm
Okay.
so excited for this new music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I've always been self-conscious about like singing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't know, I have like bad anxiety. So like when I overthink about it, I really overthink about it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like now that like I actually like made it and like I validated to myself that I can do it, it's exciting. And I'm excited. It's like performing again for the first time, but with something new.
Out of like what your mostly new shit that you're performing, is there anything like particularly that you're excited to perform?
Oh, dude. The song One Last Time, I think I might be doing it today, but
Okay.
yeah, dude, but that shit it's really stretching my vocal cords a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But it's a good ass song.
Yeah.
And all these songs I think are I call it like a moment. Like any time that you're at a show that you go to and there's like that one moment that you remember like throughout the whole show, I feel like this song is gonna be it.
So tell me a little bit more about that song, man. Like, what was your like premise behind making it? Like, what are the vibes? We're gonna hear in a minute, but
One Last Time, when I was writing that shit, it was just the beat. When I heard it, there's like just this bass where it's just boom, 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 and like it kind of sounded like a heartbeat to me, just like pounding, So I was like, okay, that's kind of feels like my heart if like a show's about to do like that one big song, So like when I heard that, instantly I hear clapping. So to that beat, just doom, doom, like just clapping with it. So having the audience being able to be a part of the show, clapping with the beat and the song, and then having me sing the song, I thought in that self would be a dope ass thing to have in the show and like a cool ass moment, But I had to write the song, and the song was like One Last Time, and it's about like really any couple that could relate with it, where it's good or bad, but it's like a couple that fights all the time, and even though there's bad times, the good always overrides the bad. But it's kind of like a guy saying to his woman, or whoever you want to say it to, really, that no matter all the fighting, will you kiss me one last time? Okay. Will you give me that one last dance? Like, it's like at the end of the day, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? It's like one last time.
You did mention a little bit earlier, but you say you're working on an EP?
One Last Time is probably going to be on it.
Okay, for sure. What else do you got planned for that?
Fuck, dude, I got a song that I wrote for my woman that is crazy. Like, it came out of my ass, honestly. Like, I was at a family function, and I was showing my uncle my music, and he heard One Last Time, and he's like, that's not about her, right? I'm like, no. I'm like, this is for people that if they're going through something like that, I'm like, they can relate to. Yeah, they can relate to that shit. He's like, oh, okay. Well, I want to hear a love song about her. So the next day, like literally the next day when my girl went to work, like all day I was trying to like find a beat and write a song. I found a beat and I wrote the song, and it's called Shining Lights. For any guy that wants to like sing a song to his girl, that's gonna be the one, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Has your girl heard it yet?
Yeah, dude, it made her cry.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, score.
How long is the EP gonna be? How many songs?
8 or 9 songs.
Okay, for sure.
Like, keep it short, but like medium, but I want every single song to hit, where you're just gonna want to replay it over and over again.
When are you expecting to drop it?
Looking to maybe drop it close to my birthday, for like my own birthday present to myself in September. But I feel like that might be a little too long, like ways away, so I might shorten it, but we'll see.
That's right. I mean, you could even build up the momentum, drop a couple singles here and there, like let that like hold people over, and then drop that up to September.
Right. See, I dropped One Last Time and Shining Lights on SoundCloud.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know that.
Oh.
But I mean, yeah, if you go on my SoundCloud, it's on there.
So, what number project is this going to be for you?
This is going to be my second project.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, how have you seen yourself grow between your first project and this project?
Dude, I don't even like looking at my old music. Really, dude. It's so like, I look at it and I'm like, dude, you fucking corny a little bit. Like, what were you doing? But I mean, You grow, I guess. You definitely grow.
That's not a bad thing. You see the growth, which is what's important. As far as questions, that's all I've really got. But
Alrighty.
I want to ask, as far as me reaching out to other people to get on here in the future, is there anybody that you recommend?
Chief Gray.
Okay.
He will talk your ear off, bro.
Hey, he's perfect for it then.
I shit you not. He'll talk your fucking ear off, and he's intelligent as shit. So he'll say some like crazy ass shit that'll go over your head, and you're like, yeah.
You got to rewind real quick.
Yeah, you're like, wait, what the fuck did you just say, dude? Avboy Llama.
Okay, yeah.
He's really dope. He's really fucking dope. He's a little bit of older guy, but he's fucking cool. He's fucking he says there's too many gangsters, so I keep Mackin' alive.
So before we move into the music, is there anything else you want to mention?
Yeah, shout out to my family. Shout out to anybody that supports me in my music. Shout out to you for having me today, bro. That shit's fucking crazy. Shout out to all the artists that be fucking with me and help me out. Like C-Mad from Dirt Squad. He fucking shows love all the time. Like THC, they show love. Fucking the Yes Yes with Quarter K. That's the homie. He's like the big bro. Always trying to little bro me, dude. He's fucker. Fucker. But yeah, man, it's just the family, dude. The people that are around me, that surrounds me, keeps me in good energy, keeps me positive.
All right, y'all. Like we always do about this time, we can't finish without some music from the guest.
Yes, sir.
And Myles ain't no exception. So y'all best be ready.
Come to a show, man. You can hear this shit live. Yeah. Wasting time inside my head, thinking about what you have said. Wasted time in bad romance. Will you still give me this dance? Take my hand, girl, don't be shy. I'm nothing special, a worthless guy. I don't know how to say goodbye, but won't you kiss me one last? I don't know how you're so special. Broken hearts, well, good like metal. Help me, this shit isn't healthy. Keeping on my clothes so you wish that you could smell me. Crying on the floor, begging me for more. How could you be hating while you're acting like a whore? Complicated feelings, spread my wings and let them soar. Tell me that you need me, I don't need you anymore. Yeah. Wasted time inside my head, thinking about what you have said. Wasted time in bad romance. Will you still give me this dance? Take my hand, girl, don't be shy. I'm nothing special, a worthless guy. I don't know how to say goodbye, but won't you kiss me one last time? One last time. Kiss me one last time. One last time. Kiss me one last time. One last time, one last time, one last time, one last time. Kiss me one last time. One last time, one last time, one last time, one last time. Kiss me one last time.
Hell yeah, man. All right, y'all. This has been Music with Mando in the Morning with the homie Myles Saucedo.
Yes, sir, man.
First guest on here to sing.
Woo.
Don't be sleeping. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching. Tune in. Till next time. Peace and love.